Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday morning, and I'm just waking up at a friend's house because something happened to me last night that I wanted to share with you, and I wanted to explain a bit about the process of how I got myself out of it. So, last night I was getting ready for an event. I was getting all dolled up, took my time. Now, this event is a networking event that I've gone to before. It's an amazing group of women. It's motivational. It's women in business. And I love going to this event. And this was the gala, the year-end gala. So I was really excited about it. And so I took my time, got dressed, got ready. And I realized that the event is really far from my house. It's way up in Concord, and I'd have to sit in traffic for a while. So I knew that this was all going to happen. And so I took my time, got ready, got all dolled up, ready to go and have a lovely meal and meet some amazing, powerful, focused women. And as I got into the car, I just felt a little uneasy. So I quickly called a girlfriend her name is Andrea, and I'm actually at her house now, just to have a chat. Because, sometimes when you're feeling a little uneasy, just talking to somebody and just having a connection with someone is all you need to just get you through a little rough patch. Well, so we're having a conversation, and as I'm driving up the Don Valley, of course, we hit traffic. It's starting to get dark out. And then something started to happen. Now, this feeling came over me, this anxiety came over me, and this is a type of anxiety that I haven't really experienced at all in my life, like only snippets. And it started happening as soon as I got back from Burning Man, actually. And I don't know if the experience of Burning Man was about that, is about shifting my energy, about shifting my reality, my sense of reality. But this level of anxiety started to get really intense. So I'm driving up the Don Valley, sitting in traffic, having this conversation, and I'm noticing I'm getting more and more anxious, and I can't seem to get myself out of it. And I can usually do that with breathing and just, talking and just snapping out of it. This time it wasn't working. So I was getting more and more anxious, and I realized I was now going down the slippery slope of anxiety that I didn't think I could get out of. So I had the wherewithal to decide to get off the highway. And I quickly pulled off the highway and realized that I was in a familiar neighborhood. And I'm still talking to my friend Andrea, and she's keeping connected with me, realizing that I'm going through this. So she's having conversations around my feelings, breathing, getting me through it. And then I decide to go to her house, because where I end up on the highway is close to where she lives. So I slowly make my way to her place, get out of the car, and I'm okay. I'm okay. But I'm still not 100%. So she takes me to her local health food store, and I end up getting the supplements that I usually get for anxiety if I'm a little off that day. And one of my go-to is Rescue Remedy, so I instantly take the edge off. But here's the thing. When you are in full-blown anxiety, and this is something that's never been part of my life, I realize it's like an expansion. You feel like you can't breathe, you're suffocating, and it feels like you're going to implode. And you actually feel like you're almost going to die. That's how intense the feeling is. So I quickly was able to come down with Andrea's help, Rescue Remedy, and spending the evening here at Andrea's. So what I remembered when I finally calmed down And when I was driving to her house, I started doing some tapping. Now, I have done tapping as a technique over the years and shared it with my friends and my clients, and I've actually shared a really good quick tapping technique. But I realized I needed the full-blown tapping series. So if you don't know what tapping technique is or emotional freedom technique, I just thought I'd show it to you today. And I'll show it to you because when I was in Burning Man, going back to Burning Man, I ended up spending a lot of time at a particular camp called the Red Lightning Camp. And there was a woman there, her name was Miss Sophia, and she was teaching tapping, and we would do tapping for literally 2 hours every afternoon for the full week. And every day she would focus on a different topic. And as she's tapping, she's talking about that topic, how to release anxiety, how to bring more love into your life, how to bring more abundance into your life. So I just wanted to share with you the quick grounding technique that I learned from Miss Sophia, if you're not aware of it. So just follow through with me, and I'll talk to you as I'm going through it. So the idea is you're going to be tapping on certain parts of your body. Not necessarily it's not necessary to do it in the same sequence, but there is a sequence to it. And as you're tapping, you're talking to yourself. So the first place you're going to tap, well, actually, the first place you're going to tap to quickly release any anxiety is your chest. Now, I know that certain tapping techniques, they say it's like 2 inches or an inch below your collarbone, which is for me right here. But Miss Sophia was saying tap everywhere in your chest, because they're all, your chest is covered with nerve endings that help you release the neurotransmitters that you're wanting to release. So all these tapping areas that I'm going to be showing you are very similar to acupuncture, ancient Chinese techniques, where you're focusing on meridians, and these meridians are like energetic sort of nerve ending, but more energetic pathways that stimulate parts of your brain, stimulate your neurotransmitter production, and parts of your brain. And the neurotransmitters that you're wanting to stimulate are and activate are serotonin, because that's your feel-good neurotransmitter. So you're just going to tap above your eyebrows on both sides. And as you're tapping, you're taking deep breaths. And then you're going to blow your eyes right where your cheekbone is. And again, you're tapping and you're breathing, deep belly breaths or diaphragmatic breathing. And you're talking to yourself as you're doing this, as I'm talking to you now. So just below your nose, you're going to tap. And you're tapping for a good, maybe 50 taps. They say 20 to 50 taps, depending on how you feel. And then below your chin, maybe below on your chin, in that little crevice. Again, just breathing. And back to your chest. And as you're tapping, you're thinking about the thing that has triggered you. Sometimes you don't really know what it is. You don't exactly know why you're anxious. Like, what is the trigger? Like for me last night, what was triggering me? For me, really, I've been doing a lot of energy work. So I believe, hi Ronnie. Ronnie, we're doing a tapping technique this morning. Because last night I had a serious anxiety attack going to an event. And then you're going to tap underneath your ribs. So kind of right at the edge of your ribs. And the anxiety attack happened while I was driving on the highway. And I was able to pull off and talk to a girlfriend and eventually go to her house. And then you're going to go and tap sort of where your breastbone is, sort of where your breasts are, you're going to activate underneath your armpits. And then again, keep breathing. And then you're going to tap on your wrist. And it doesn't matter which one you start with, but stay with this hand, whichever side you start with. So as I was saying, you don't really know sometimes why you're anxious. Something's triggered. It's a subconscious thing. And you just sort of end up going down this sort of cascade of anxiety and things that are not feeling good. For me, like I said, I've been doing a lot of energy work. So I think the idea of being stuck in traffic in the dark in my car, which I haven't been driving a lot, to be honest with you, and perhaps going to an event which was going to be very stimulating, lots of activity, lots of people. So now you're going to tap right here on the top of your thumb and give it a good tap. It's not a gentle tap. You really want to activate these meridians, and you really want to activate the serotonin and the oxytocin, which is the love neurotransmitter. And then on top of this finger. So I think that's why I became anxious. I find that my energy is completely changing from all the energy work that I've been doing. And then the second finger. And then I'm feeling less drawn to big crowds. And then the third finger, you're going to actually tap underneath. That's the point you want to hit. Yeah, so I'm feeling like I have to stay away from crowds the other day, and then now the top of the baby finger. The other day I was meeting my son for a movie, and I didn't realize it was Saturday and it was Black Friday weekend. I didn't realize that there would be hordes of people downtown at the Eaton Center and on the street because there was a big festival going on, and I became a little anxious. I did not like it. And I'm someone who loves people and loves to be around crowds and activity. So you're going to go and tap here underneath the hand. And like I said, keep breathing, deep breaths. And you should feel the edge coming off. And focusing on what that thing was. So the feeling I felt was fear. Fear, 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 fear. Fear, why? It doesn't matter. Just fear. So you acknowledge the fear that you feel. And then the last place you're going to start tapping is on your head. So all around the sides of your head, your temporal lobes, going all the way to the back. Take a deep breath. And then you start over. And as you're thinking about fear, you're wanting to release the fear from your body. So you're going to say to yourself, I release fear and anxiety. I no longer need fear and anxiety as a signal. And I am free from fear and anxiety. I am free from fear and anxiety. I am free from fear and anxiety. Underneath, I am free from fear and anxiety. And then you think about, what is it that you want? Freedom from fear and anxiety. But now I am changing my hands. Changing. You can switch. You got your wrist going. I am calm and serene. All is okay. I am safe. And I am calm. So this is what you want to be saying to yourself when you get close to the end. Keep tapping, and again, keep breathing. And as you go through this sequence, again, you don't have to do it in this order of tapping. Hi, Vanya. And just remember to breathe. And this is underneath. And remember to tell you that you are serene and calm. And I am happy. And I am safe. And the head. And all the way to the back of the head. So, if you feel anxious today, if this type of anxiety is part of your life, please try to integrate tapping into your toolbox. It is so effective. It instantly cuts through the anxiety and brings you to a state of calm and peacefulness. And start always at your chest. That will immediately take the edge off. And take deep breaths. I hope you have an amazingly calm day. And I want you to think of only one thing today and ask yourself this one question. What will make me happy today? That's the only question you need to answer. What will make me happy? Keep breathing deeply and have a calm and happy day. Thank you. I love you. Bye.